All right, it's about that time. Ms. Myrtle, would you please lead us in prayer?
Our most gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for this day. Lord, we just thank you for all the blessings you give us each day. And just help us to have this meeting that will be to your glory. And these things we ask in thy name. Amen.
May say the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, go ahead and call this special meeting to order. I appreciate everybody coming in, and I apologize for having to call this special meeting. I failed to put this on the agenda for the last meeting, and unfortunately we're on a deadline to get this thing addressed. And it's, now let's see, let me go down my list here, make sure I don't forget anything.
Do I need to call the vote?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay. Mayor Self.
Here.
Eugene.
Here.
Myrtle. Here. Brenda. Here. Steve.
Here.
John. Here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very
Go
much.
for it.
If you have a cell phone, please mute or turn them off for the duration of the meeting. We would greatly appreciate it. Okay. And nobody's in attendance, so everybody's got a face mask on. All right, this meeting is to discuss the American Rescue Plan. Money that's been made available from the federal government for specific funding. I have read through this. If you have the frequently asked questions about the rescue plan, it does specify that the funds can only be expended for certain categories of expenditures. And most of them we don't have. We don't provide any assistance. We don't have a fire department. We don't have a police department. We don't have any employees that we're paying premium pay to because of COVID. And the only thing that we might have come close to qualifying for would have been a shortfall in the budget, but our shortfall in budget is small in comparison to a lot of towns. And what money we might get for a budget shortfall, the burden for that small amount is just too much because of the reporting requirements that are required if you get any funds from this. Now, my thought, or the way I'm looking at this is I think we ought to decline any money because we're not going to be doing any upgrades into water distribution. We have not done anything with internet services. And we don't have public health. We're not providing any kind of public health assistance or housing assistance. And again, we don't have police or fire department. And we're not doing it. We don't have a water system. So there's not a whole lot that we even qualify for to spend money for. And we do have an option to decline it, but before I filed any paperwork to decline it, I needed to get the council's approval to do so, or not, you know. That's why I called a special meeting. I was gonna wait until our next meeting next week, but, we have to do something by, the 4th of this month is the deadline. And, they have been hounding Lucy.
Pardon?
I said, and they have been hounding Lucy.
Oh, have they? They,
Um,
a phone call or two a day. They'd leave me a message if I didn't get the phone. And, then emails constantly, and I'm getting them from 2 different people in the controller's office.
Well, the way I feel about it is we do not really have anything we can use the money for. When we started in this town, we started with less than $100, and look where we are today, and I don't think we ought to take any money that we can't use, or we would have to make up something that we spend it on. I think we'd be much better off just to decline it.
But if we were to take any money, as I said, there was reporting requirements. And if we didn't use the money according to their guidelines, we would have to pay it back.
Oh, yeah.
So, and that's another reason that I'm inclined to say, let's just decline it. So,
If we can't use the money and, we don't have those things that we have to spend it on, I can't see why we would get it.
okay. Well, again, that's my train of thought, but I could not submit that form to decline it without the council's approval, because it's not a decision on my own.
How
That's
much
fine.
money are they willing to,
I think we were allotted something like $50,000, $56,000 for all the funds.
But we
But-
couldn't put it toward like the building that we're getting or anything like
It
that.
specifically says we cannot use it for matching funds for a grant.
Yes.
That's one of those things in this FAQ that specified can't use it for matching funds.
It was plain about that.
We couldn't use it for the volunteer fire department either?
They're not
Since we do not fund them officially, no.
We would have to have one, a county line fire department.
Yeah, if we had a fire department or a police department, we could get some funds to help offset the expenses for those, if we had it,
Yeah.
but we don't.
I say turn it down too. Just turn it
So, all right, do we have a motion to decline?
I make a motion that we decline.
I'll second it.
All right, let's see. All right, we have a motion to decline the American Rescue Plan funds, and we have a second. All in favor? All right, motion's carried. I will initiate the declination form this evening. That's all I had. I mean, I apologize again for having to call this special meeting to address this one issue. Like I said, I meant to have it on last agenda, but I failed to do so. Anyway,
Have
does
we
council,
heard- I'm sorry, go ahead.
does the council have anything? Any
I just
questions?
wanted to know if we've heard anything about the grant yet.
We had, the only thing that we've heard since the initial announcement was they requested some additional information, which is common with grants like this. And Mr. Lee has responded to all the requests for additional information. And now we are waiting for any other additional questions or requests for information. And, but should there be no other issues, we should hear something in September officially, one way or the other. So, as it stands right now, looks pretty good. But I can't say we got it quite yet. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, all right, anybody else got anything else?
Yeah, I'd let everybody know an update. I sent an email to Tanya Hill, that's Commissioner's secretary, or,
Yeah,
but anyway, she handles this business. She said that they are behind on their road paving because of all the rains that we've had, the work that come after the rains, the flooding that took place and washed out bridges and stuff. And she said they're behind, but she wanted to know the date of our next meeting. I don't know if she's gonna try to get the commissioner to come to our next meeting, which is August the 9th, or what. She hadn't answered on that yet, but she said she would get back with me.
okay,
Well, when she gets back with you, will you tell her that the grass at the end of Cobbersville Road desperately needs to be cut?
Okay,
Because you cannot see when you pull out of there.
yeah. I'll just send her an email and
Well, Lucy has
I've
too.
sent
Oh.
it to her too.
have you?
They finally moved the sign out the curb up here,
Yeah, seen that.
but I didn't, do you know if it's down there, if they
I
replaced the one?
I didn't go down that
I haven't
way.
been back down there. I haven't been able to just get out and drive and go.
Yeah.
It says leaving county line, is that what it says? Or
No,
No,
the
it's
county
sign will
line
say
limits.
entering.
limits, city limits?
So, yeah, town limits of
Okay,
county
town
line,
line,
yeah.
okay.
It goes down Dingsbury Road, right past my aunt's
Okay.
house.
And tomorrow, well, it may be light enough when I leave here, but that light post that sits out in Mobile Hills Field, across from Bubba's house, not the one directly across from him, but the one that's down from it, they put the new light and all on it, and they said it hadn't burned since it was put on.
That
So-
was,
I need to call the power.
is that your
Yeah,
brother?
well, we gotta get that number off
Is
of it,
that
so
one?
that
Okay.
it gives
Is
you
that
the
your
number off of
brother?
it.
Is that your brother-in-law that,
Okay.
So you're talking about Bubba Brooks,
Yeah, Bubba Brooks.
across from
in
Bubba
front of
Brooks.
his light? In
No.
front of his,
No, you know, his house, his trailer sits here, and that little trailer sits across the road, there's a light there. Well, this one's in the pastures, just a little bit further down,
and it ain't
and it
burned?
hadn't worked since I put it up. But I gotta have that number off the pole.
all right. Anything else?
I make a motion with adjourn.
They got it, so they out there and get it.
All right,
I believe
When
it's
they
gonna be
pull
Yeah,
it,
done.
I
it is
know
too.
what
I'll
they're
go by and
doing.
get it, and I'll just send you a text
Okay,
and let you know what the number is on it.
say that, they say it's never worked.
Yeah, it said it never worked.
all right, we have a motion.
I was just informed of that, so,
I'm just gonna say it's not
I say
working
it,
yeah.
because I can't believe it. They didn't check it
yeah,
and it worked when they left.
yeah.
Okay, we have a motion to adjourn, made by Myrtle and seconded by John. All in favor? All right, motion carried. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you again for coming on the short notice.
It's good to see you.
Thank you, Nat.
Only get to see you once a month.